What do all three of these functional activities have in common? Opening up a heavy door, pushing a heavy cart down the aisle. And the third one, maybe picking up a small child from the floor overhead. All of that has to do with chest and shoulder strength. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 basic strengthening exercises that you can do for your chest and shoulders to help improve your overall function. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Ed DeBoo, physical therapist from Integrated Physical Therapy in Bellingham, Washington. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My channel is all about giving you the tools and knowledge so you can be as strong and as pain-free as you can at any age. First exercise is probably the easiest exercise that you can do, and it is a modified push-up against the wall. So what you'll do is you're going to come to the wall, and you're going to have your hands about shoulder height, stand away from the wall. You're going to keep your scapula in your back pocket. So what I mean by that is your shoulder blades are back and down, and that helps to stabilize the shoulders. I'm going to come through here, and I'm just going to come down and pause, and I'm going to push back up again. Pause, and push back up again. Now I'm keeping my elbows fairly close in. I'm not doing this. I'm kind of keeping it down by my side. And remember, none of these strengthening exercises should be painful. The idea is with all these strengthening exercises is to give me 3 sets of anywhere from 8 to 12 to 15 repetitions. And remember, the last few repetitions need to be kind of effortful in order for you to provide enough signaling for the muscle to come back stronger. Now let's talk about ways in which we can make the wall push-up a little bit harder. If you find the wall push-up kind of easy, then what you can do is do some push-ups, but you can be on your knees. My back is nice and flat. I've got my scapula in the back pocket. Then I'm going to come down and touch and back up again. Touch and back up again. If that starts to get easier, of course, you can go old school and do regular push-ups on your toes, all the way down, pause, back up. Down, pause, and back up. The next 2 exercises require a little bit of equipment, and I love surgical tubing for home exercises especially. I'll put a link down below to a kit that I really recommend to my clients. And what's nice about it is that they're different colors, and so they come from, they start like at 5 pounds and they go all the way up to like 30 or 40 pounds. And so it's a nice way for some exercises you're going to need more weight, some it's going to be a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to start with the yellow one. What's great is that they come with handles, and so you can just unhook this and hook this to any tension that you want. And what we'll do first is we're going to put this behind our back. I want it to be high up, right around your shoulder blades. And I'm going to have scapula in the back pocket, so I'm going to stand up nice and tall. I've got soft knees, I'm engaging my core, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push out and back in again, and push out and back in. Once again, you want enough tension to where you can feel like after you get up to close to 10 to 15 repetitions, the last few are a little bit challenging to get. If you're not cringing, if you're not making a face, you probably don't have enough intensity. What I like about this exercise as well too is we're going to mix in a little bit of power. And power basically means how fast we can go against resistance. So once again, I'm going to be in this position here. This time I'm going to stagger my legs. I know you can't see my feet, but basically I have one leg in front of the other, almost like in a boxing stance. And then when I'm here, I'm going to punch out one, and then I'm going to punch the other one. And I'm going to start kind of slow first. Once I get the rhythm, I'm going to go a little bit faster, just so I can learn how to train those fast twitch fibers as well too. Plus it's kind of fun. So here I'm working on getting some speed and agility, as well as working on strength and power of my shoulder and chest. And then I'm going to switch, and let's do a couple with my right leg in front. Same thing. I'm going to start off slowly, making sure there's no pain anywhere. And when there's no pain, then I'm going to speed it up a little bit and add a little bit of power to the mix as well too. It mixes up the exercises, makes it a little bit more fun, gets the heart rate up. It's a great way to get a little bit of a workout as well. For many of my clients, caring and playing with their grandchildren are one of the greatest joys they have. But that does require a little bit of strength and coordination to be able to lift up a child from the floor, and if you want to bring them up overhead if you're playing with them. So it's a combination of both a squat and then an overhead press. So this is what it looks like. You're going to need a little bit of weight with this. This is a 12-pound dumbbell, but initially when you're learning the movement, don't worry so much about the weight. You can even just use a couple cans of soup or something if you need to. So the first part of the exercise is a squat, because remember, we're theoretically picking up the child from the floor. So you're going to cradle the weight, and you're just going to work on a body weight squat. And the key is keeping your heels flat, drive your hips back, and back up again. So we're working on a squat. Now, if you have some knee pain with this, you may want to limit how far down you go with your squat, but I do want you to be able to squat just a little bit, at least in the pain-free range. So then we're going to add a squat, and then on the way up, we're going to add the press and back to neutral. Squat on the way up, add the press, back to neutral. You'll be surprised at how fast that gets your heart rate up as well too. But it is a great exercise to not only work on lower body strength and hip strength, but also too to work on that overhead press, because a lot of times you got that child and you're lifting them up overhead. When it comes to strengthening exercises, ideally you're doing the exercises at least twice a week, but ideally we're exercising and strengthening 3 times a week. If you found the video helpful, please subscribe, share the video with friends and family, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.